really, it wouldn't be procedure right for us to do so, but the committee on education, the sector committee, should take note as part of its business. They should interact with the minister on this. Never colleagues, I request when we are in this house, we sit properly. In this house, we sit, we don't sleep. Okay? Thank you. And you can't use size as an excuse for saying I'm not fitting well. So, honorable colleagues, we are going to have a debate on the State of the Nation address by His Excellency the President and the response from the Leader of Opposition. In this debate, I request we don't interrupt colleagues. Each colleague gets 3 minutes without interruption, unless it's extremely factual or he has gone into an irregularity or what. We give members a chance because we want this to be a session for maiden speeches. You're introducing yourself to the country. Number 2, this is an opportunity for you to relate the State of the Nation address to what is expected from your constituency. Okay? So the President spoke on this, but now you can localize or domesticate the State of the Nation address to your constituency in what you expect the nation or the government to be doing in your constituency. So I received lists from government side, from the independent side. The chief opposition chief whip told me, he was calling members, they said for them they will be picked as they are here. Okay? But you see, the purpose of the list was for us to follow order, because we don't want to pick you 3-4 times during one item when others have not been given a chance. But clerk, you will take note of whoever submits on this debate, and then we shall be able to ensure that we don't repeat ourselves. So let's open the debate with Honorable Okoye. John Carvin.
Agriculture, continue relying on rain-fed agriculture. Right, Honorable Speaker. We are losing a lot, especially when it comes to prolonged droughts. And most of the crop yields, we are losing more than 50% of what is expected of value. And when the President addressed the issue of the irrigation, I think he was on a point. And the government is already really focusing on it, because the approval of the phase 2 solar powered irrigation targeting 427 systems across the country is very important. And particularly for my people in Nakaseke North, where we are trying to diversify income streams so that in addition to cattle, people are going into coffee. I think this becomes very important to focus on. So we commend the President for that. The other point has to do with the President's emphasis on indoor feeding. where he emphasizes, setting up feedlots so that we can be able to grow pastures and store. And that is very important because it points to, sustainable productivity throughout the year. Right, Honorable Speaker, right now during the dry season, if I quote an example in my constituency, where we produce between 200 and 250 liters of milk daily, in a dry season right now we are having a lot of problems. Milk production has gone down by more than 50%. So by President emphasizing the issue of growing pasture and storage of pasture, that would be an assurance that we can be able to sustain productivity throughout the year. The other thing is, of course, when we emphasize indoor feeding.
Thank you. Honorable, it is 3 minutes since it was since you're the first one. People have known that 3 minutes end at that door, so conclude. 1 more minute, conclude.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Okay, just as I conclude, so focusing on indoor feeding has other advantages. Number one, you are able to look after more cows using relatively smaller land compared to free range. Two, the cows are not exposed to ticks. And as you know, Right Honorable Speaker, the number one problem on farms is actually tick-related diseases. So when cows are on free range, they pick ticks. So I think the President was on point by focusing on or by emphasizing indoor feeding. So to us who are in the cultural corridor, it becomes very, very relevant that once we go into it, it's going to help us increase productivity. I submit. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Secretary Fred.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. My name is Fred Baseke. By the grace of God, I'm the Member of Parliament for Ntenjeru County South, Kayunga District. I rise to second the motion moved by the Right Honorable Prime Minister. Right Honorable Speaker, during the State of the Nation address, the President gave a clear accountability of the achievements made, where the country is, the challenges that remain, and the direction that government intends to take in the next 5 years. I particularly want to commend the President for emphasizing commercial agriculture and wealth creation. In his address to the state, to the nation, the President committed to support irrigation and also to provide low-interest capital in the form of parish development model to all households with land in the next 5 years. That is commendable and gives hope to our people. Second, Right Honorable Speaker, the President also committed to support infrastructure. I want to thank the President for his continued commitment to infrastructure development. Without supporting infrastructure, there is no way we can talk about wealth creation. Lastly, Right Honorable Speaker, the President reminded us that for any wealth creation initiative to succeed, we must have peace, law, and order. Honorable members, you will agree with me, Uganda is a secure country, courtesy of His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. The peace we're enjoying is because of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. The 6.4% economic growth registered last financial year is partly because of the peace we enjoy as a country. Regardless of our political affiliations, we all benefit from a stable country. Therefore, I want to wholeheartedly support the motion that this Parliament gives gratitude to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, for the clear and precise exposition of the state of the nation of government policy as contained in the State of the Nation address. I beg to submit.
Thank you. Honorable Tana.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable colleagues, today I stand to appreciate His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for the State of the Nation address, particularly for focusing on wealth creation. In order for this country to stop depending on subsistence farming, wealth creation is important, and he identified commercial agriculture, manufacturing, and services. Along those, he spoke of some enablers. Now, in the enablers, the one I am particularly going to focus on is the railway. Standard gauge railway. Our neighbor Kenya, in March, started the 107-kilometer stretch from Kisumu to Malaba, and on completion, they would have finished 1,000 kilometers. As Uganda, we are 6 years behind. Now, despite getting 650 million euros in funding, we are missing out. 6 major towns are going to get workshops. 6 major towns are going to get employment, and there is going to be 40% decline in costs for transportation. The time from here to Nairobi would be 4 hours and would be a regional hub for Central and East Africa. Now, I want to urge this House and the relevant ministries. There's a small challenge, especially in my constituency. The land that was taken for the railway, the people have not been compensated, especially Kasoli. And alongside the railway, we need roads. Tororo being a border district, we have failed to benefit from our geographical advantage because of poor roads. That is the only highway taking us to Kenya, and there is no expansion on that highway. With those few remarks, I want to thank His Excellency for a wonderful speech, and we will commit to working with him in Kisanja, Hakuna Kulala. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable. Now, Honorable Ministers, before we adjourn, I will allow you, those who will be here, to make a comment on the issues which the members would have raised. Okay? So you can take note. If there are issues in your docket, you'll be able to make a response. Honorable colleagues, I'm trying to, yes. Honorable Marende, because you see, I have to balance. I have to get from NRM, I get independence, I get opposition. Yeah. And Nansana municipality has to give his maiden speech today.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity. I am Shamim Malende, the woman member of Parliament for Kampala District. Right Honorable Speaker, on the aspect of economic growth, the President clearly stated that Uganda's economy continues to grow steadily with increased exports, industrialization, and investment. The President clearly spoke on increased exports, but did not come out clearly on the issue of importation of goods. Right Honorable Speaker, Kampala Central Business District, which I represent, comprises of many businessmen and women who are the biggest taxpayers in this country. They continue to grapple with challenges on importation of goods, among others, the delays in clearances at customs office, which results into demurrage costs. Because in most cases, when a businessman or woman brings in their goods and they are taken into the bond for verification, they are supposed to be valued by customs. But that period when the goods are in the bond, each passing day, those items attract $60 per day. And that is as damage, and that is depending on the space that you have occupied. So it is $60 and above daily. And currently, Right Honorable Speaker, as we speak, the business community in Kampala, they have their items and goods stranded at the bond for over a year. Clearing goods takes over between 6 months to 1 year, and they